Geology has shaped Angel's Landing and Zion Canyon in amazing ways over millions of years. Here's a brief summary of how it happened. Sedimentation. About 250 million years ago, the area that is now Zion National Park was a vast desert near the western edge of a supercontinent called Pangaea. The desert was covered by sand dunes that were constantly shifting and eroding. Over time, the sand was buried by layers of other sediments, such as mud, clay, and limestone that were deposited by rivers, lakes, and oceans. These sediments formed different rock layers that can be seen today in Zion Canyon. For example, the red Navajo sandstone that makes up Angel's Landing was once a sand dune field. Lithification. As the sediments accumulated, they were compressed and cemented together by minerals to form solid rock. This process is called lithification. The rock layers also underwent folding, faulting, and tilting due to tectonic forces that affected the region. For example, the rock layers in Zion Canyon are tilted about 60 degrees to the east, which makes them more visible and accessible to erosion. Uplift. About 70 million years ago, a mountain-building event called the Laramide Orogeny began to uplift the Colorado Plateau, which includes Zion National Park. The uplift raised the rock layers above sea level and exposed them to erosion by wind, water, and ice. The uplift also created cracks and fractures in the rock that allowed water to seep in and dissolve some minerals. This process is called weathering. Erosion. The main agent of erosion in Zion National Park is the Virgin River, which flows through Zion Canyon. The river cuts down through the rock layers as it flows southward, creating a deep and narrow canyon. The river also carries away sediments that are eroded from the canyon walls and deposits them downstream. This process is called transportation and deposition. The erosion by the river is faster than the uplift of the plateau, which means that the canyon gets deeper over time. The erosion by the river also creates spectacular features such as Angel's Landing, which is a monolith or an isolated rock formation that stands out from its surroundings. Angel's Landing is a remnant of a larger ridge that was eroded by the river on both sides. The ridge was made of Navajo sandstone, which is more resistant to erosion than the underlying Kayenta Formation and Chinle Formation. These softer layers were eroded faster, creating a steep cliff below Angel's Landing. The top of Angel's Landing is a narrow finger of broken sandstone slabs that slopes towards the south. A few trees and scattered vegetation cling to the rock. The Great White Throne is directly across the canyon, and the trail to Observation Point is also visible as it switchbacks up the east wall near Weeping Rock. I hope this answer helps you understand how geology has shaped Angel's Landing and Zion Canyon over time. If you want to learn more, you can check out some of the links I provided or visit Zion National Park yourself. It's a beautiful place to explore and appreciate nature's wonders.